Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to install the Serpent RC horseshoe clutch on a Protec Samurai engine. This is the horseshoe clutch that is included in the Serpent 8th scale off-road vehicles. So I'm going to get started here and show you some of the tools that you need. You're going to need a 2mm for installing the pins. You're going to need a 8mm for installing the flywheel nut on the flywheel. Separate to the kit, you're going to need to get a collet. The crankshaft collet, flywheel collet is not included in the kit. You also want to get some thread locker. I use just blue, not really brand specific, but this is what I have. You also want to get some parts cleaner. I use this AutoZone non-chlorinated parts cleaner. You can use acetone or any other type of solvent. You just don't want it to have any oil in it. And the first step is to go through and you want to clean all the screws. This is bag 16 from the kit, which includes more than just the clutch assembly. It also includes the engine mount screws, which are these four that bolt the engine to the two engine rails, as well as the 4 countersunk screws that go on the bottom that secure the mount to the chassis. It also includes 2 of these M3 screws, which hold the stinger holder for your exhaust pipe. It includes this M3 cap head and washer for securing the clutch assembly and bearings onto the crankshaft of the engine. It also includes some shims here for setting your proper axial play. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure all your parts and pieces are clean. You want to make sure that there's no oil that'll get inside the surfaces, and that your threads are clean so that when you use the thread locker it actually holds. On the Serpent kits, the black screws include a lot of machine oil on them. They don't really clean them very well, so you want to make sure you get that machine oil off of them. I've cleaned them already. You can see some of the dirt and grime that comes off of them. I'll clean the crankshaft real quick and show you that and how much oil and stuff is on that. I haven't wiped it off yet, so. So there wasn't too much oil on the engine crankshaft, which is good. That means that everything should stick on there very well. One of the first things you're going to want to do, depending on how you set it up, you can assemble everything straight onto the flywheel and then take the shoes and everything and flywheel and throw it on the crankshaft. You can also install the flywheel and collet on the crankshaft and then install the shoes. So for this, I'm going to show you how to assemble the shoes on the flywheel first, and then we'll bolt the assembly to the crankshaft. So one of the things you want to pay attention to is the orientation of the shoes so that they fling out in the correct direction. You can install them backwards. I'm not sure if it'll make the clutch pick up harder or slower or have more bite, but this clutch setup is really good for probably 90% of the tracks you're going to run on here in the United States. So I'm going to get started and show you how to install the shoes on there, on the flywheel. So for the shoes, there's a long, or on the springs, these are the 0.9s that can come with the kit. There's a long end and a short end. This long end is going to go into this hole on the shoe. So that's how it goes on there. I don't know if you're able to see it very well, but that's the way that the spring will get installed on there. And you'll just slide that in there. There's these are the pins. This is much easier than some of the older 4 shoes and even the 3 shoes on installation. I use a very, very, very small amount of blue Loctite on the threads because the vibration can cause them to come undone. So you want to make sure you have just a little bit of thread adhesive. I'm talking very, very small because you do want to be able to disassemble it. So I don't know if, let's see if it'll focus, but it's a very small drop on there. So we'll throw that on there. Goes on there pretty simple. And then you just tighten it. Don't need to crank down on it. You want to make sure it's completely tightened. And then you can check it by pulling up on the shoe. And it'll spring down. So pretty simple. You'll do that on all 4 of them.